Councilman Chris Bollwage.
I'd like to thank Craig Exelbert for this opportunity here this evening. I'd like to thank Councilwoman Kotarski for the opportunity, and the members of the Second Ward Democratic Club, Mr. Finley, and the members of the dais. And thank you for this evening and an opportunity to say what we're all about. You probably already heard from my running mates, Orlando Adrera, Patricia Perkins, and Ed Jackas, three quality people who deserve a spot on the City Council, three people who would work for new leadership and new answers, three people who will have a vision and offer a new direction for the City of Elizabeth. I've had the opportunity and the pleasure into working with Orlando, Patricia, and Ed over the last couple of months, and I've shared their views that we need new direction for the City of Elizabeth. Our team strongly feels that the City of Elizabeth is broken. We think that we need a new direction and new leadership. We've offered some position papers on economic development, on housing, on senior issues, and we have put forth a platform and a direction that we think the City of Elizabeth was moving and should move in. We just left TKR Cable, which televised the debate for approximately an hour, which will be seen tomorrow and Friday. And some of the issues on economic development that were discussed and the issues on crime and drugs that were discussed were pertinent to where the City of Elizabeth is going to go in the next 4 to 8 years. Where you would like the City of Elizabeth going in the next 4 to 8 years, we have a plan. When I was going door to door the other day, somebody came up to me and said, what makes you different than all the other candidates? And I said to her, the difference is we have a plan. And our plan on economic development is that we should start and put a shovel in the ground on Midtown as soon as possible and develop the ratables that have the ability to generate from that facility. We can't sit around for the next 10 years and wait for economic development in the City of Elizabeth. I sat 10 years ago in the Elizabethtown Gas Company building and listened to an explanation on Station Park. I listened to how the City of Elizabeth is going to build housing, how they're going to build commercial industry. Here we are 10 years later and nothing has happened. I think we need to move forward on that project as soon as possible, if not quicker. My proposal to make that one block the benchmark of our vote, the benchmark of success of the Midtown project, is wrong, it's foolish, and it's idealistic. It just shows the inactivity of the present administration over the last 10 years, and we need to move forward. It is our plan to work with developers in coming into the City of Elizabeth. That square block, by the way, has $648,000 of assessed value. That square block shows that you want to chase businesses out of this City of Elizabeth. On crime and drugs, what we've attempted to do is issue a paper called Neighborhoods for the 90s. We want to come into the neighborhoods that have been taken over by crime and drugs. We want to not come in with police and just remove the illegal element. We want to stay there with housing officials. We want to stay there with other officials such as construction officials. We want to stay there with teachers and social workers and stay in the neighborhoods and bring the neighborhoods back. And the only way we can do that is by electing the team of Orlando Adrera, Patricia Perkins, and Ed Jackas and myself to City Council on June 2nd and the Mayor's office on 1992. I think if you look at the last 28 years and you look at where you're going, the status quo cannot remain. We cannot stay where we are. If we do, we're going to slip into urban decline. We need someone new in city government. We need some new answers in city government. And the only way that you're going to have that opportunity is to vote for our ticket on June 2nd on 1992. You're going to hear an awful lot about us in the next 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks as this campaign winds down. You're going to hear an awful lot of dirty tricks from the opposition as this campaign winds down. And I can tell you that none of my opposition has signed a clean campaign pledge that we introduced in February. We have not attempted to bring this campaign into the gutter. We will not bring this campaign into the gutter. We would talk about issues of economic development. We would talk about issues of crime and drugs. We would talk about the issues of seniors. We ask that you support the ticket of Chris Bollwage, Orlando Adrera, Patricia Perkins, and Ed Jackas on June 2nd, and the promises that we make, we're going to deliver on June of 1993. I'd like to thank you for this opportunity.